Disappointment more than anything?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. You know, you're disappointed every time you lose a game of rugby, and obviously losing semi-finals also disappointing. But you know, I've just said to the lads, you know, let's make sure that you see things as they are, not worse than they are, and we're also prepared to make sure we give Gloucester credit for the way they played today in what was a tough game. You know, I was delighted that we were performing the way we were for a large part of the game, because you know there were a couple of areas where we were under pressure and Gloucester did better than us, and they were pretty much deciding factors. You know, the penalty count was largely in Gloucester's favour at the scrum. That gave them some territory and position that hurt us. You know, they had managed that area better than we did, but I thought other than that, really, we defended very well with good discipline for large periods. We looked dangerous on the counter-attack. We actually created some try-scoring opportunities we didn't see off, but overall we've come up a bit short, and I think, you know, I'm quite prepared to say that I think on tonight Gloucester got enough things better than us that they deserve to win, and you know, I'm not afraid to say that, and I think what we have to do is learn from today that if we want to come away in this European semi-final and emotions are going to be running high, we have to be better than we were today. We have to be more clinical around the set piece. When we get our try-scoring opportunities, we've got to be more clinical. But pretty much other than that, you know, it was a pretty cut and thrust game of rugby, and at 13-12, it could have gone either way, and Gloucester rammed it home better than we did. And you know, you've got to give them credit for that.
Did you think that when they started giving penalties away and Henry Slade was banging them over, second half with 1 point in it, that it could have been your way?
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, if you're starting to get the momentum of the game and you get back to within 1 point, you're the side creeping back. You know, there's going to be a couple of deciding moments in it, isn't there? And actually, you know, the deciding moment came from another scrum penalty. Then we're in the corner. Then there's a driving try, and pretty much then that really put the pressure on us to have to go and do something. We did respond, and we responded very well. But as I say, but overall, you know, Gloucester had a little bit more than us in that final quarter, and you know, fair play to them. They put the decisive scores in.
You dominated the scrum against Northampton. This today it seemed to go the other way. What do you think changed? What was the difference between this today?
The scrum can sometimes change in a variety of ways, can't it? I mean, you know, as I said, I think the scrum was more about management today than anything else. We didn't manage whatever it was going on out there as well as Gloucester did. You know, it's like anything. You know, I can sit here and we could look at every scrum penalty that was given and find varieties of ways of what's actually happening. You know, an awful lot of scrums went on the floor today, which was completely different to the Northampton game. You know, in the Northampton game, they stayed up and were going backwards and forwards. Do you know what I mean? And that was different. Today, it was all about scrums going on the floor, wasn't it? And I think we didn't manage whatever it was being required. We didn't manage as well as Gloucester, and ultimately that proved to be a big part of the game.
How do you pick your boys up now for running?
Well, I'd be disappointed if I had to pick them up. You know, we're in an exciting season. We're fourth in the Premiership. We've been to an LV final. We've been to a European semi-final. You know, you shouldn't have to pick them up. I've just said to them, see things as they are. You know, we've got fourth in the Premiership by playing well and showing some good consistency in a lot of things we do. Don't go away now for a couple of days, you know, and think we've got to suddenly radically change anything. What we have to do is reinforce the qualities that have got us into fourth place in the Premiership, and show them a little better and a little more often than we did today. You know, it's not this time of the season you don't start reinventing the wheel. You know, you drive home what your qualities are, and as I said, you know, we didn't quite drive them home well enough tonight to win, but we've got to make sure that we do in the next 3 Premiership games, because we certainly need more points if we want to stay at the right end of the Premiership table.
Do you think it's 3 wins?
Sorry?
Do you think you need to win all your remaining games?
For what? For top 4?
Yeah.
Potentially. Because obviously, you know, the way the fixtures are falling for other clubs, you know, we can't really have too big a say on some of the other teams. But at the same time, you know, a couple of wins could very much see us hanging around there. So we're going to just get excited about the next game. Worcester away, their new stadium, should be a fantastic game for us. We've got a nice turnaround now because it's a Sunday. You know, we had a relatively short turnaround this week and probably didn't get the training in we really liked. We can get that addressed this week and go up to Worcester and get after them. And you know, that's what we're going to do for the rest of the season. You know, I've got no qualms about today. We were in a European semi-final for the first time. And if we haven't learnt anything, the only thing that will disappoint me from today is we haven't learnt anything from it. You know, if we've come here and we've underperformed and a few guys have learnt a few lessons about what they need to do the next time you're in this kind of environment, that's fantastic for us. You know, but the good thing is now we learn very quickly. You know, I don't think we'll have to do 3 or 4 of these. You know, 1 or 2 will do. You know, and then we'll start to push through them. Okay, thanks guys.